Hey, Shalom, welcome to the Kama Kapash from Jimis London, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem Chakwadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, pushing his truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video. I got this article here from Mail Online, and it says how the world will look in 2050, according to experts. So we will have made contact with an alien race, and life after death could be possible by uploading consciousness to a computer. Right, so you got Esau spouting these dreams, thinking about what he's going to achieve, or what he can achieve, on his present trajectory. Not knowing that his end is soon at hand, man. That they ain't never gonna get to this, But Esau likes to dream, right? And yeah, it's interesting. This article is interesting. Oh damn! What? The whole thing disappeared. What's going on? Not that evil. Hold on one second, let me get that back up. Yeah, I don't know what the hell was going on there, man. Satan, man, but yeah. So yeah, he ain't never gonna see this, man. But what the actual? Alright, Satan's messing around with me right now. Right, yeah. So it was interesting. This article, right, is here you got these the little points here, right? It says artificial intelligence will have changed the world. Will have changed the world in many ways. People will implant C-hips inside their bodies and upload brains to computers. Right, that's part of these predictions, right? And we're gonna read into it. Right, so the futurists of the 1990s predicted that we'd be living underwater or riding flying cars by this point, but now experts are warning of a much scarier future. The DailyMail.com spoke to tech gurus who predicted how the world will look in 2050, and some fear AI will have enslaved humans, or climate change will have made large swaths of the world uninhabitable. And some of this is true in its ways, right? Other predictions include making contact with aliens. Okay, again, some ways true, but yeah, we're gonna get into it, right? But whether or not that's a bad thing remains unknown. Oh, definitely bad, right? It's not all doom and gloom though, with technology expected to have made the afterlife possible. Right, so now it's gonna go into the 8 things that is coming to, right? And let's just grab scripture or two before we start that, right? In Psalms 49 verse 11 said, the inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names, right? So Esau believes he's going to rule forever, man. Even though he's not destined to, even though he's out here doing all this wickedness, he believes that he can stay in the power seat for forever, man. Even though his kingdom is prophesied to go down, he thinks he can withstand the Most High and continue ruling forever. Right, so they don't, they're looking well into the future, man. Like 2050, like what? It's another 27 years from now. Yeah, he thinks he's gonna reign another 27 years. God, but I hope not. But he'd be lucky if he even sees half of that, right? But good Lord willing, man. This year, the things are, Esau's kingdom gonna come falling down, man. Anyways, Isaiah 47:7 says, and thou hast said, or saidst, I shall be a lady forever. So thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. Okay, all this wickedness that you've been doing. Okay, you thought you was going to stand forever. All right. Let me read up actually, right? Just through the top, right? It says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, sit on the ground, there is no throne. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Right? And this represents, beginning of America, these Edomites, man. All right. It says, take the millstones and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the fire, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. Okay, when Yahushua returns, okay, he's not coming in a mortal form. All right, he's coming back in his glory and his power. Okay, to render you asunder. Right. So that's for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O door of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms, right? Because America is the pinnacle of kingdoms right now. So everyone's, lusts after America to be like America and to gain, the things that America has. All right, people flock to America, right? Trying to emulate the success that they've had. It says, I was wroth for my people. I have polluted my inheritance and given them into thine hand. Thou didst shew them no mercy. Okay, because we went into cargo slavery in the land of America, man. Okay, we were shipped over into the land of America to work, for free, for nothing, right? Whilst, being abused and extorted, right? We continue to be extorted today. All right. It says, upon thou is not sorry. So thou didst shew them no mercy, upon the ancient has thou very heavily laid thy yoke. And thou hast said, I shall be a lady forever. Because you was in such a strong position in the earth, reigning it over everybody with your military, with your your reserve currency status, right? All of that, you thought using in that seat forever. You're gonna be in that seat forever, man. But that's not what things, that's not how things are gonna plan out. Okay, everything is under threat right now. Your reserve status, world reserve currency status is dwindling day by day. Your military is stretched thin. All right, you're in a hell of debt. Okay, your infrastructure around the country is degrading. Okay, your political systems is all messed up. The people are all divided. You're not in that. You're not in that position right now, man. You're weakening. The Lord is breaking you apart. All right. Says thou this has and thou saidest I should be a lady forever, so that thou didst not lay these things to thy heart, neither didst remember the latter end of it. All right. So therefore, hear now this: thou that are given to pleasures that dwellest carelessly. You're just over encumbered, right? You fattened yourself in the earth, man. Exploiting everybody and bullying everybody, man. That you're just kind of like chilling now, in a way, right? So you're dwelling carelessly. You don't think nothing's gonna come up and threaten you, right? So that says in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. Okay, America stands alone. America is the world police. America is the greatest nation on the earth, greatest military. All this business, right? No one could challenge me. So I am and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Right? So you think, so you're gonna go on forever, man. All right. I wasn't gonna read the rest, but you read down this far, you makes you want to just read the rest of it, right? So therefore now hear this, thou that are given, verse 9, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and the widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thy enchantments. All right, so actually I'm gonna leave it on that one, right? So yeah, you're not gonna rule forever. So you seeing 2050 is super unlikely, all right? But let's grab some of this now, right? AI overlords, right? Focus on the term overlords, right? Could turn everyone into serfs, right? And what we be telling you through the scriptures, the elite are making a power move in the earth, man, trying to get everybody locked into this new system, this new world order, right? Via cybernetic integration, right? By getting everybody C-hipped and getting everyone hooked up to the B system. All right, that's what that's what he's currently on, what he's currently doing right now, right? So it says right now people are focused on AI potentially causing job losses, but the reality could be far worse. That's according to George Statkov, Chief Strategy Officer for the Global Ad Agency, DDB, blah, 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 who created an AI tool named named the uncreative agency. People tend to overestimate the effects of new technology in the short run and underestimate those effects in the long run. This is known as Amara's law. Right now, we're at the peak of AI hype, and people are panicking about white-collar jobs being destroyed by GPT-4 in the next few years. That seems like an exaggeration. But by 2050, AI will have profoundly reshaped the world. He said there is a dark AI future where those who control... Listen, right? There is a dark AI future where those who control AI... Who controls AI? These elites. Right? They're the ones funding all these projects. Right? They're the ones... sourcing or feeding the AI with the material it makes its decisions on. The source of its information. So even though these AI seem godlike, guess what? They were still created, and these elites are the ones that, basically the ones behind that. All right, so they're overlords. If people are thinking that AI is God, well Esau is above that in this world because he's the one that created it. Made it come to pass, manifested it. So he's the one feeding these AIs with their algorithms and all that business, right? Esau's in control of that, right? These elites. It says so there is a dark AI future where those who control AI will gain huge power, control, right? Because they got money. Esau got a hell of a lot of money, and he has, a decent amount of power on Earth where he affects all nations. But he wants more. He wants more than what he currently has. So even from the point now that they got so much power now, but even from this point, they're gonna gain so much more power by having this system in place and having you see hits, man, and controlled. He's gonna gain so much power out of that, right? So while 99% of the population will be disenfranchised, the AI lords will control the world's data and turn the rest of us into their serfs. And that's exactly what it is. Even though we're kind of serfs already at this moment in time, but the restrictions and the control is going to be even greater. And then if they throw in a happy news, right? Happy news part, right? Then the alternative is a bright AI scenario where everyone benefits from AI through better healthcare, faster transport, less pollution. Yeah, okay. What do you think is more likely to happen? I know I'll put my money on. All right. But it does mention here something interesting, right? The machines will really do most of the work, and the basic wage will become common. Okay, that's that universal basic income. Okay, again, all related to all this digital currency, all these CBDCs that are being created right now. It's all, to operate together in this new system, right? So that will be part of it. Okay, yeah, you will be, they will be offering some sort of basic necessities through this, this digital currencies, man, backed by these banks and certain these banks or whatever, right, from the government, right? But it's all going to be to do with the previous point, the control, right? So this isn't part of the good news part, right? That's actually part of the bad news part, because that's how they're going to assert control over you, right? This is a basic wage will become more common, freeing us to enjoy more leisure time. That's not what's gonna happen. You're gonna have minimal leisure time, right? And realize ourselves as human beings. Nope, you're cattle. In the eyes of these elites, you're cattle, right? This will require drastic change in society, right? Which there is going to be a drastic change in society. When this whole place collapses, it's going to be drastic, and that's when they can implement it, right? Drastic change in society and in our approach to education. Well, you're going to be re-educated. It's going to be like 1984, right? Re-education. In reality, you will likely end up somewhere between the dark AI future and the bright one. Yeah, mostly dark. Right. Next point here. People will implant chips inside their bodies. Oh, really? Right. Implanting chips into your body will be common by 2050. Okay. Yeah. Well, expect to see it before then. Well, technically it's already happening, right? It's been going on for years now. But on a mass level, yeah, expect to see it sooner. Right? It says people by 2050, people will commonly implant C-hips inside their bodies and enhance themselves. Well, that's a bit far-fetched for the time being, right? It says Heather Delaney, founder of Gallium Ventures, a tech PR and comms consultancy in London. The chips will monitor conditions within the body and enable people to stay in touch with their health. Delaney already has a very basic C hip implanted, right? So she already got one. And like I said, this has been going on for a long time now, right? Especially in them Scandinavian countries, right? They be loving the tech and getting implants to do all kinds of stuff, right? And she got one to open doors here, right? She said implanting in her hand, which enables her to open doors because she's too lazy to open it with her hand. No, obviously no, it's to get into coded places and whatever, right? To scan, beep, and the door will open, right? Because you're authorized to go into that certain area. And like I said, in Esau's new world, again, it's about restriction. It's about where you can't go as opposed to where you can go, right? You'll be authorized to go to certain places, but not authorized to go to other places because you can't open the door. Or, you won't be able to go to certain because physically you won't be able to get there. Because guess what? You don't have the authorization to go to certain places. You don't have the authorization to open that car, open the car door, to get in the car, to drive in, in your 15-minute city into the next one. You're not going to have the authorization to do certain things, man. You're going to be restricted, right? That's the new system. Okay, and you got all the smart city watching you all the damn time, checking your locations. Oh, he's in an unauthorized zone. He can't be here, right? People think it's cool because, oh, look, I can open my car door. Don't have to use keys, keyless entry, because we've got kind of like that, but you have to have the keys still. But, you can just wave your hand to open the car door. It seems cool, innit? But the reality of it, man, that's not why this tech is being brought into the world, man. It's not why the elites are putting money into it, all right? But anyway, it says, she said, looking towards 2050, I expect to see growth in a number of areas in tech, including biohacking, a do-it-yourself DIY form of human enhancement or augmentation, in which people attempt to change aspects of their biology to improve their health, performance, or well-being. I am already included in this community, having been implanted with a C-hip in my hand, right? And we know what the prophecies say, right? The prophecy says, right? It says, which enables me to open doors and link people to my company website and social media, a few examples, right? In the future, Delaney believes biohacking will be common and will enable people to improve their health, whatever. That's the fuzz right there. Skipping on, right? But before I do that, Revelation chapter 13, verse 6, right? It says here, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, a chagma, right? An incision, right? Which is what this is. What's the picture gone? Yeah, look, man, I got cut in the flesh, bro. Like, come on, man, and it's gonna be put inside. It's an incision, bro. Come on, man. Stop playing games. Yeah, I don't know if it could be that. I don't know if it could be that big. But yeah, we've seen the RFIDs that go into the between the finger and the thumb. We've seen those ones and rice grain ones, right? But yeah, this, she's saying it can be commonplace, and these guys, they know what's going on. Okay, they know what the trends are. They know where technology's going, right? So yeah, it's an incision that's gonna be placed in your flesh, in your hand, right? It says to receive a marked charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, restrictions, right? Save he that had the mark, right? Restrictions, right? Or the name of the beast or the number of his name. All right. So again, these things that we're reading, even though these are Esau's dreams and ambitions, that they're all kind of partially true in a way, right? Because it's part of prophecy. Okay, but some of these things are missing, misrepresented or misspoken, right? Like the aliens thing. Like, you ain't gonna see aliens, but you're gonna see something, right? So all these things that we're reading are kind of things that will come to pass, right? Because it's written in biblical prophecy. All right. So moving on here from now, says people could live on after death thanks to AI. Well, this one ain't gonna be happening. Right? But they are gonna be immortals on the earth, The people are not going to die, i.e. the elect, i.e. the Israelites, okay, when the Lord changes them. But in terms of Esau and people in general, this is a pipe dream, all right? But this one sounds straight out of an episode of Black Mirror. I remember watching, man. But it says here, in the future, relatives who die might not be really dead, says Dr. Jim, blah, blah, blah. Powerful AI will capture people using motion capture tools and recordings, turning people into a digital twin of themselves, which can live on after death. It's kind of creepy. Like I said, this is like a Black Mirror episode that I remember, man. When a woman's partner died and she got a robot, android or whatever, uploaded with all his thoughts, so all these personalities, but it just wasn't just wasn't the same. All right, so it's kind of creepy. It says loved ones could carry on interacting with their relatives who have already died but exist in a digital twin form. Yeah, creepy. Personalized TV shows created by AI just for them. That's vain. There's no point covering that. Yeah, this is the one. This is that transcendence thing, because Esau, like I said, he looking like he's trying to live forever, man. So he wants to upload his consciousness like Alter Carbon. If any brothers watched that Netflix series, yeah, Esau's way of obtaining mortality in this fleshy body is to immerse himself with technology, right, and create digital versions of themselves and whatever, and transfer them into new bodies and all this kind of stuff. And like I said, also the movie Transcendence. That's Esau's version of obtaining immortality. That's not the immortality mentioned in the scriptures, but Esau can't obtain the blessings, because the Most High cast him out. Right, he can't receive those blessings, so he goes via other means, or tries to, right, or was trying to. And it says here, futurist and former Google engineer Ray Kurzweil, who claims to have 86% success rate on predictions, right? It says that man will merge with machine by 2025. In an event he describes as the singularity, Kurzweil predicts that a robot will pass the Turing test in 2029, and that by 2045 people will connect their brains to machines. Well, you might have C hips in them before then, yeah. Kurzweil said 2029, well, you're gonna be part of the Borg. you take them C hips in your hand and your forehead, man. You be linked up to the system, man. You're linked up to the AI. Well, not that you're gonna share in its, what it knows, but you're gonna be linked in, right? Like the Borg. You become a proper zombie. Whatever. Says I have set the date 2045 for the singularity, which is when we will multiply our effective intelligence a billionfold by merging with the intelligence we have created. Okay, so AI glasses, yeah, whatever. All right, this one, yeah, we will have found intelligent aliens. All right, so let's cover this one. Right, alien hunting astronomer Seth Shostak of SETI project, search for extraterrestrial intelligence, bet fellow astronomers a cup of coffee that we should find aliens within the next 2,000 years. That means we could be in contact with ET. Yeah. See, they push the narrative of aliens and fucking ET and shit, because they don't want you to really focus on what the scripture is saying when it speaks about the chariots and things like this, okay, and the angels and stuff, right? They don't want you to believe in the Bible, right? So they'd rather have you believe in this mythical creature that exists in space somewhere, just traveling around the galaxies and bulbous heads and all that. They'd rather you believe in that than believing that these UFOs, or what people call UFOs or UAPs, are in fact angels in chariots, pertaining to the scriptures. They'd rather have you believe in this stupidness than believing on the scriptures, man. All right, so it's just okay, that's really the meat out of it, really. Just that he believes that he's gonna see aliens. All right. It's 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 7, and it says here, right? It says, "And to you who are troubled, rest with us, when the Lord Yahweh Shai shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels," right? Yahweh Shai is going to make his return, man. You know, the person who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ, right? And when he does return, he's coming with an army, right? And that army is going to be the angels, okay? And it's these angels, you know, which people mistake for the UFOs, you know, the chariots that they ride in, the things in the sky that you can't explain, hence unidentified, right? And the, you know, the crazy physics defying things that they do, because they're not of this world. They're not really earth. They're not earthly, right? They're not space. They're not spacey. They're not like, you know, they don't live out in space, but they live in the spiritual realm, right? That's where they come from, and that's why, you know, they're able to do things that are not which is not possible to be done here on the earth through like regular means. All right, these are beyond that. These are celestial beings. All right, so when the Lord turns up, he's gonna turn up with his angels. He's gonna come with a squad, right? So, and in flaming fire, taking vengeance on them that know not God and that obey not the gospel of our Lord Yahweh Shai, who shall be punished with everlasting destruction from the presence of the Lord and from the glory of his power. Right. So, like I mentioned earlier, you know, that day you come into contact, right, it ain't gonna be a good day. Right. That first contact, man, I'm looking for the contact with the aliens. Well, the day the contact happens, it ain't gonna be a good day. There ain't gonna be any days after that either, man. You'll be finished. All right. Revelation 19 verse 11, right? And it says here, "And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True, and in righteousness he doth judge and make war," right? Because when the Lord comes with the angels, he's coming to make war. Like I said, it's an army, right? Coming to take over the earth. All right. And these white horses that are being spoken about is representative of these chariots, right? You know, of his power and of his his might, right? His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God. And the armies, okay, the angels, the chariots, right, which were in heaven, followed him upon white horses, okay, in their chariots, right, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword. It's like that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treadeth the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of the Almighty God. And he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. All right, so yeah, that experience ain't gonna be nice for these devils. Okay, and you got this last. I think it's the last one. It's the last one, right? It says here, large areas of earth might be uninhabitable. Yeah, for sure. Okay, i.e., America. America is going to be uninhabitable, but not because of the climate crisis that, you know, the UN are pushing, but because it's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear destruction in World War III. All right. So here it's going to talk about the humidity, right? So soaring humidity and heat will lead to heat waves where it is almost impossible for humans to survive outdoors in areas including South Asia, Persian Gulf, and the Red Sea, according to NASA. You know, that's what they're saying, right? They don't even mention America. But, you know, but hey, once this is all done and dusted, when America is destroyed and these nations have been put in subjection, the earth is going to be refreshed. Okay, this isn't gonna be a thing that the earth is having a problem with. You know, it's different climates and, you know, things drying up and becoming barren and stuff. That's not going to be a problem, right? As the scriptures say, there should be a new heaven and a new earth, right? This earth is going to be refreshed, because the word new is kainos, okay, which means renew, means refresh. All right, so the earth is going to be given time to heal, you know, not like now. Okay, it's not given no rest, right? But you heathens will be put into slavery, and, you know, during that time the earth is going to amend itself, man. So this prediction isn't ultimately going to happen, but there are going to be uninhabitable parts of the earth, man, i.e. America. All right, so let's grab that. This is Isaiah 13 and 19. It says, and Babylon, okay, i.e. America, okay, Babylon the Great, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency shall be as when God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. It shall never be inhabited. All right, so America is going to become that place. Okay, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there. Neither shall the shepherds make their fold there. But wild beasts of the desert shall lie there, and their houses shall be full of dull creatures. And owls shall dwell there, and satyrs shall dance there. And the wild beasts of the islands shall cry in their desolate houses, and dragons in their pleasant palaces. And her time is near to come, her days shall not be prolonged. This is what we're saying, man. Okay, don't expect to get to 2050 before this shit happens, man. Okay, otherwise, you know, hey, what the Lord said, man, you'll be taken as a thief in the night, right? Because you, man, are looking this far, man. If it happens end of this year, man, you ain't gonna be ready, are you? Are you now? No, of course not. These people are not ready. These people are not ready for these things that are gonna come upon the earth, man. They're gonna be taken by surprise. Okay, everyone knows in warfare, man. Okay, the element of surprise is key. And the Yahushua is coming like that. Okay, with the angels, man, they're gonna have you with your pants down. You know. But I had a few more scriptures here, just on the pride essentially of Esau's belief that he's gonna be out here ruling forever and accomplishing these things, man. It's just ridiculous. Like 2050, are you for real? And we're gonna merge with machine and yeah, keep dreaming, Esau. All right, but I got this from Malachi 1 and 4, right? It says, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. Right, so you're thinking you're going to rule forever, but the Lord is saying to you that, yeah, you'll build, but I'm going to throw it down. And the Lord is surely going to throw it down. Right, so you know, you ain't going to be, you know, in the power seat forever. Okay, and this is why we're watching the downfall of your kingdom right now. All right. Did I get this earlier? No. Isaiah 14, let's start from verse 11 here. It says, thy pomp, okay, which is thy pride, is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vials, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Okay, which represents these elites. Okay, because they believe that they're gonna become gods and rule forever and do all this madness, right? It says, O Lucifer, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which did weaken the nations, right? Using the position of ruling and oppressing these nations with all this power, and look at you now, right? You've fallen down, right? Come down. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north, right? That he's gonna have dominion and rulership over the Lord's children, the children of Israel, right? I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Okay, this is Esau's endeavor. You know, because he just, you know, he's just a bastard, man. He ain't happy with how the Lord does things, and you feel like he's just gonna take his place, you know, become the god of this world, you know, and rule forever. But you ain't gonna get that. It says, you shall yet thou shalt be brought down to hell. Yeah, you're gonna be destroyed, like the Lord said he will throw down. Okay, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell and to the sides of the pit. Right? They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble and did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the houses of his prisoners? All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house. But thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch, and as the raiment of those that are slain, thrust through with a sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under me. Trodden under feet. Thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Right? So you're not gonna get that you know, achieve that status that you want. Okay, the Lord's gonna mess up everything for you. All right, it says Job 5:12 says he disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right? You got on the back on the of the dollar bill, which Latin word is it? Is it anaequiptus? You have crowned enterprise with success. Is it that one? Right? But he hasn't. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't crowned your enterprise with success. He's doomed it to fail. You know, because we all know the God you're talking about is Satan. You know, you think Satan is working with you, man, and like, Satan's gonna be by your side when the Most High comes. You gotta be joking. Fucking Satan's laughing at you right now, man. Thinking how much of a fool you are. But yeah, the Most High are gonna disappoint your devices, man. Your plans, your schemes, okay, your endeavors. This is Joel 20 verse 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall be upon him. Right? So, you know, it would seem that you're getting close to achieving your goal, and you know, you think you have all but achieved it. But that is when, you know, you're gonna get caught. Like I said, as a thief in the night, you're gonna get caught when you wasn't looking for it because you thought you succeeded, you thought you won. Right? And that's when the Lord's gonna come and F your shit up, man. All right. It says, when he's about to fill his belly, God shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Right? And again, this is what America is going to be faced with, you know, thermonuclear destruction. This is what he's speaking about. So it is drawn and cometh out of the body, yea, the glittering sword cometh out of his gore. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret places. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left in his tabernacle. The heaven shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. Right? So you're going to lose everything. Whereas you got everything right now, pretty much, right? You're going to lose everything, man. Okay, and you're gonna inherit chains and destruction. All right? So this is the portion of a wicked man from God, and the heritage appointed unto him by God. Okay. Let's see what else I had here. I think that might have been it. Yeah, that's it. All right. So yeah, we are, you know, got to look at what these devils are dreaming about, thinking about achieving. But the truth is, man, you know, they ain't gonna achieve what they sought out to achieve. Most are gonna abruptly end all these vain thoughts. All right, but we are gonna see, you know, see them in some type of fashion, you know, moving forward, man, and a lot earlier than 2050. All right, but you know, with that, I'm gonna say shalom, and Lord willing, you know, I'll catch you boys on the next video, man. So next time I say shalom.